Here we are now in the post-game locker room, a very, very victorious and a very jubilant Dodger Blue Crew celebration going on here. Fan Appreciation Day, Marlon Anderson, you contributed mightily to the stretch run.
I appreciate the compliment there. You know, just I think everybody's doing, just trying to add their part or whatever, trying to help this team win. You know, it's definitely important right now, and getting ready to go on the road, and it's a big win for us.
Absolutely, closing out the homestand with a big grand slam by Nomar. It's been one player right after the other picking each other up.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and that's what it takes to to win. That's what it takes for guys to feel good about each other. We both pitched a great game today. He picked us up. He did what he was supposed to do. Guys, clutch hit, and we had some. Sometimes we didn't get the job done early, but everybody stuck together. Everybody stuck together at last inning. After call, trying to pay up everybody up. It's just part of the game. Everybody's gonna do their part no matter what goes on in this club.
And baseball, the game that it is, you're up, you're down, you're up, you're down. It's a series. It's a game of streaks and luck sometimes. But this was the week there was, because you figured in mightily in that beginning of the week, the 4 consecutive home runs.
I appreciate it. Like I say, we're all just trying to get W's, man. It's so fun being able to play right now and have an opportunity to go to the playoffs and have an opportunity to play in this city and all the great fans or whatever and represent this organization. It's fun. We're all looking forward to it and having a good time doing it.
You hail from Montgomery, Alabama.
Prattville, Alabama.
Okay,
close, very close, very close.
Let's talk a little bit about that, how you stayed with the game here, because we've seen like a desertion of a lot of inner city kids, especially African-American and Hispanic kids, not going into baseball, but there must have been something that kept you in the game.
Well, just being so good at it at a young age, that definitely kept me, being one of the best on all the teams I played on, and having the opportunity to go to college and play at University of South Alabama. And when you go to college and play, you go to a good university or whatever that's known for baseball. You go there and you learn so much and you just have that opportunity. I think more kids should go to college and play baseball. If you have to play 2 sports, hey, play both. But definitely stay with baseball as long as possible, because the rewards are great. Guys coming out and sticking with it.
We talked to Joe Morgan earlier in this year before the start of the season. He said that erosion must stop, and he meant that kids need to go back in from the inner city and start playing the game.
Yeah, you have to play from a younger age. Baseball is one of those games you have to play year in, year out. You can't. And most kids around 12, 13, 14, they start giving it up for some reason. I think that's the age that you really have to stick with kids and try to figure out a way to keep them playing at that age, because those are tremendous years in developing skills in baseball.
And you speak well for dedication and hard work, because that work ethic came from.
Yeah, it's just, like I said, my great-grandfather taught me a long time ago, hard work definitely pays off, and, just got to go out there and keep trying to, do the things that you're supposed to do, even when it's not paying off sometimes, because down the road it often does.